Hey, how you doing? This is JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing and Paint Correction. I have done two videos previously on the touchless two-step wheel cleaning process. And I'm going to do this really for the first time with the pressure washer, with my airless paint sprayer, which is how I do my distilled water with ONR on all my washes. Here I have a 16 Mustang EcoBoost, and the car was in storage for 3 years, and I think it was put away with a lot of brake dust on the wheels 3 years ago. So it's been sitting there for 3 years. Been kind of waiting for the perfect type of wheel to show you guys this process. I'm gonna kind of hopefully keep this short and sweet. I'm thinking maybe 15 minutes. I will have the pressure washer running and my airless paint sprayer, so if you're on headphones, I'll try and give you a heads up if I remember. But I am going to show you a wheel on the back that I just did. I wanted to test it out. If you have a wheel and you're thinking about using acid, you might want to go to the rear passenger side and just at the very bottom of the wheel, just spray a little acid on it, have your pressure washer or hose or whatever you're using ready, and do a little test spot, because if you don't know, you don't know. I mean, if you have a Porsche with anodized wheels, you should know that you're not to be using acid. I was going to show you this on a Tesla, which will be right before that. I did like 3 videos. I think I did the Tesla the first time, and then I showed you my M Roadster, which is behind me there in the garage, and talked about the process. And this is, the first video that I'm going to do that actually just shows you all the steps. I've got everything ready here on the ground. I will, try and tell you that this process, now that I've done it about 5 times, is really effective. I mean, I've got a bucket of brushes and, chenille mitts, car washing mitts, and, lug nut brushes and deep, EZdetail, barrel brushes, and, soft, I think it was a nano skin body brush that, it's very, very soft. It's kind of one that got retired from me spreading out my mind is on too many things. I'm really sorry. Anyway, the long story short is, what a body brush is, and I spread out iron fallout remover with it on cars that I'm about to polish, because if it gets a little scratched up, like, I'm going to be polishing it all out. So anyway, I've got a lot of materials in my bucket wheel tire cleaning brush. I'm not saying that there's just no time you're ever going to pick up a brush. Every car is different, but this is the front wheel, and it is pretty nasty. I'm going to take you in on it, and I'm going to show you the wheel that I just did. I kind of had some sun on them, but just starting to get under my shade tree to the west, which is towards Bel Air Beach, between Indian Rocks and Sand Key, Clearwater area. It is hot. It just stopped raining, and anyway, I'll take you in and show you what I got to show you. So I know my lighting is not like super great here, as I'm starting to get into some shade, which is when I do exterior washes and interior for the most part. So this wheel was just as filthy as the wheel I'm going to show you. Front brakes are always, front wheels are always a little worse. The only thing that I did after I did the method that I showed you is I took some Meguiar's synthetic spray wax, and I just checked my work basically by wiping everything down. If you have some wax between brake dust and the wheel, you're going to be better off for your cleaning long term. I'm also going to show you a product, excuse me, that I have been experimenting with called wheel wax, and it's amazing. But this is what you can achieve. This wheel, 3 years sitting with brake dust on it, never touched the wheel except for when I went to check myself and gave it a wipe down. I reached into the barrels. I did the whole deal, and I'll show you the cloth, the microfiber that came up after the process. Okay, so here we are at the front wheel. I've got my pressure washer. This is the first time I actually have my iPad that I can watch what you see while I'm doing it, which is way better. Here's the important part about the pressure washer. This angle, it allows you to sweep in a pattern that a straight would not. Also, we're working with acid, so there's some PPE involved, and having a nice long shafted and very girthy shaft with an angle on it, I think is superior to having the little guns that everybody uses. I like to be able to reach over vehicles and stuff with this, and inside wheel wells, and get that angle, inside the barrels. So this is what I like. I've got a 40 tip on here, the white tip. This is completely unnecessary, but I wash all my cars with an airless paint sprayer, I get 3,000 PSI with distilled water and ONR rinseless wash, or the rinseless of your choice. So after I use the pressure washer with the house water, which is, oh, there's my phone, then I always hit everything with this afterwards, because my TDS, my total dissolved solids reading here at the house is 485. It's very high. Here's the wipe down product. This is my Mags synthetic spray wax. It is pretty durable. Because it's a synthetic, it doesn't melt in the Florida sun on dark vehicles as quickly as others. You can get a month out of this wax. I offer it in my basic package. This is the product I was telling you about. I'm going to show you what it purports itself to do. This is the before, one side that had the treatment and one side that didn't, and how much longer cleaning this product goes. There was a gentleman that gave this to me. He had been given it, and he said, I want you to use it on my car. And I said, well, I usually don't use clients' products, but I've seen this product. It's at wheelwax.com. Give you a little viewage there, and on the back in some very small print, you can freeze frame and blow that up maybe. It's wheelwax.com. I've been using it on the BMW, which produces just incredible brake dust, and so far I'm really happy with it. You do 2 coats on the front, 1 coat, it hazes up, you buff it off just like any kind of wax. So here's my microfiber towel that I use to check my work. Sprayed a little Express wax on there. I'm not going to bother showing you this, because I'm showing you what I did on the back wheel. But so I got some brake dust off it, but I was also reaching around the back of these fins or blades or spokes, whatever you call them, and just made sure everything was really buttoned up, right? This guy loves this car. It's been in storage for 3 years, and he just got it out today. He's super excited. I used the other side of the towel just for a final wipe down. Got a little more brake dust off of it. There was just a couple spots that missed. But I probably also wiped the back of the spokes and then came around and just kind of moved some of the the brake dust that was in the wheel wells, in the barrels, I should say. because I wiped everything down. And for getting that much, I mean, I wish this was a white cloth, but you know, here in the last little rays of my sun, it's really impressive. They were caked with brake dust, much like these are. I've got gloves, which you will next see me in. I've got eye protection. They've got the side, you know, shield. I highly recommend wearing a mask. Most of the time I just quick put on a blue COVID mask from yesteryear, and I do it. Excuse me one second. Even though I have my new and improved start-stop clicker for the iPad and my microphone, and I can see what you guys are seeing. This is my Meguiar's wheel brightener. I have 3 parts water, 1 part wheel brightener. It is very powerful. I think it's discontinued. Stinger makes a wheel brightener. I loved Underdog WSP, that's water spot removal. It's an acid. You can use acid to remove water spots. And Sud Factory, also out of Hawaii, they make some great products for glass and paint. So, you know, pick your choice. What you need is acid. You need it pretty strong. I suggest going a couple clicks of more dilution, you know, 1 to 5, something like that, or 5 to 1, however you want to look at it. But, you know, start and practice least aggressive. Make sure you've got cool wheels. Don't do it in the sun. These things are, I can't even notice a temperature on them. So they're, you know, they're the temperature it is, which is like 90. You will also not see me in my shirt. This is how I greet clients, with green socks, my shirt. I do have a whole video series on what I wear for these shorts and all that. And this is the brown. This is the first step of the 2. This is Dark Fury by Superior Products. It used to be called Rage. I've got this cut way down to 7 to 1. I do 42 ounces in a 2.5 gallon bottle, and make 3 batches of 2.5 gallons. That way it comes out 7 to 1, and it takes care of, you know, light stuff. This is like a pH of 12, 13, I think. So this is your base. This is your acid. If you know anything about cleaning, that's the way to go. And this is a degreaser of sorts. This is I use it on rubber mats. I use it on the fronts of cars. I use it on glass to melt love bugs. Very versatile product. I do 7 to 1 for everything. I stretch it out. I stretch my money. And how you doing? Good. My mailman delivering the mail. So anyway, I think that is all the backstory. Let's continue with the real stuff. Now I'm gonna be way over 15 minutes. You know me. I'm too special. I'm gonna show you one thing. I'm gonna bring you in some. As I grab my new tripod. Let's see. You see that? That. Oops. Like that. Anyway, yeah. My finger is disgusting. These wheels are really really bad. Loving the new tripod, loving the new holder for the iPad, and you know, got my microphone and got my clicker. So produce a little better videos. I'm always trying to get quality for you guys, okay? Remember that. And if you appreciate me in any way, shape, or form, please give me a like, give me a comment. Subscriptions matter most to me. That would be super awesome. Helps. You know, I don't make a penny on YouTube. I've never tried to. I've got 306 videos out right now. I've got playlists. Check it out. Right now, just, you know, hit the pause, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and like, share. Sharing's important, because sharing is caring. Okay, so this is how I roll, right? I go to thrift stores and buy just white t-shirts that are from all kinds of stuff. I go through 4 shirts a day in Florida. Um, I moved the camera back some on the iPad. I certainly don't want to get acid water spray up. I do use these off Amazon. I wrote in thick absorbent wristband headbands, keeps water off. Got something in the interior and you want to wipe your nose quick, it's fast, keeps the water from running down your arm into your gloves. I'm always wearing gloves for everything I do. I have these 9 mil gloves. The mil is not milliliter, it's mil, it's a thickness. 9 mil for tough jobs where my hands are going through a lot, 5 mil for interior work and my hands aren't doing a lot. All the time, you will get, if you pick up microfiber towels, you will get oils from your hand onto the towel. You will wipe the glass and you will wonder why you have streaks, because there's sweat, there's oils and sweat, there's all kinds of things. Who knows what kind of fluids you have on your hands, but you know, I'm not judging. So anyway, the gist of everything here is I'm going to just quickly go through this process. You can just watch me. I highly suggest, if you want to stop right here and watch my 2 previous videos, I think I'm going to do them like day after day, where I talk about some things more in detail. This is just going to be the demo, so get over it. All right, here we have the dirty wheel. You saw the, lines, they're filthy. You're gonna wet things down. You could do this just completely dry if you're feeling up to it. Get all your loose particulate out, anything that will come off just under pressure. Sorry I didn't warn you about the sound. So this is 7-to-1 Dark Fury. You could also use Chocolate Thunder. There are other brown wheel products out there. They're all the same thing. So I go top to bottom on my tires. These are plastic wheel wells. I give this a couple minutes. Just realized I didn't do the wheels. My mind is other places. Use it liberally. Spray it down. Get the barrels. If you start at the top, you can, where you can't reach because of the brake caliper, you can let it run down. Give it a nice dose there. It's all going to collect at the bottom. You don't have to really worry about that. Get your valve. You able to see that okay? Should probably be there a little better. Anyway, get your lug nuts. Angle your sprays the way the blades, fins, spokes go, and voila. So it's got a nice thick coat. You cooled it down with water. You could use a hose and have a lot bigger volume of water. My pressure washer, as I mentioned in one of my past videos, I found at the side of the road years ago. It's a little Karcher. It's 1700 psi and 1.2 gallons per minute. It's small, it's cheap. The guy that I have referenced in past videos, Anthony Santiago, in the month of July put out a lot on Detailing for Money Facebook forum for detailers. So he's the one who kind of made me rethink this. It isn't anything I haven't done, but the process that I'm about to show you here is a little different. I always did this, sprayed it on my brushes, and I sat here forever scrubbing. Yes, I'm bent down right now. Yes, I'm very comfortable like this. You want to give this about 2 minutes or so. I think I've taken up about that time. Yeah, you could get in some brushes and scrub your plastic wheel wells. You could, you know, take a tire brush and scrub up the tires, no problem. It would make sense. Do what you need to do. Okay, so this angled pressure washer can be turned any which way you want it. Okay, this is going to be the east to west, west to east, north to south, and then with the least product remaining, the south to north style of rinsing. It's the process I talked about on my 06 BMW M Roadster. So there is still dirt, but it looks a lot cleaner. I know it's wet, but that will take some of the stuff out of your way, which will allow you to use the acid. The acid is sprayed only east to west and then west to east. You don't want to spray acid up into the caliper. I do take a few squeezes up top and spray into the barrels, trying to avoid the caliper as much as possible. I have a very sharp angle here. I'm not spraying like this. Excuse me while I breathe. I like being able to walk away using the microphone. Let the air clear out. If there is a breeze, I mean, you could take a towel. If there's a breeze and this is spraying back in you, you are atomizing acid right into your lungs. Don't be stupid. This is dangerous stuff for all you new guys. Don't do it. Have a respirator on. I'm doing this because all of you are important. I love all of you. You're all special people in your own way. I would be wearing a mask right now. I'm not because of you. So again, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. That is about 30 to 45 seconds, maybe a little longer. My long shaft allows me to step further away from the wheel, and that is important because you don't want acid splashing up on you. now there's less acid on the wheel, and this is important because now the splashing danger is less, which is why you go top to bottom. Then you get the barrel. That's my own version, by the way. And then you go south to north. Now there's the least amount of acid. Also, my method, I save the lug nuts and the center for last. Now it's the least amount of acid, and it's also the most where it's probably going to come back and spray on you. My iPad is probably 5-6 feet away from this wheel center, and yeah, I didn't get any spray up on it. So that's really it. I then come in, if you're using hard water, do you want to, have water spots on your client's wheels? Maybe you're in the sun. I'm partially in the sun. I mean, that's kind of sunny right there. There's a tree west of us, and so it's kind of spotty sometimes. So this is my distilled water in an airless paint sprayer. I have it set at 1,000 PSI. I'm just trying to get some nice, clean distilled water. In all the little nooks and crannies. Now it's very least amount of acid on there. So now I'm close, like you guys with your little pressure washer guns, which I've never understood in my life, why you like them and not a long shaft. This thing is looking, relatively great. I saw a couple spots. It's not foolproof, but what I am gonna do is after I wash the car, with this airless paint sprayer and the Gary Dean method. Check out Gary Dean. He's over in Tampa. He's a neighbor of mine, neighbor next county across the bridge. You can, do it after you do your full wash, whatever that is. I know you guys love foam cannons. I haven't used one in years, but anyway, that is it. I appreciate all of you. And if you have any questions about this method, or you see some, problems, or I have a controversy, video with the first one. I had a few things wrong, saying that I thought Dark Fury was pH neutral somehow, but it's not. And anyway, there is a little controversy. You can put the brown on, and immediately then, after 3 minutes of sitting and dwelling, which is always important, put the acid right on top of that, which Anthony Santiago refers to as the acid pop. He also calls this fingering the, show you how much came off, a little bit, right? Fingering your wheels, and if you use a brush, you are a hoe. According to Anthony Santiago, I'm not calling you a hoe. Okay, thank you for being with me. I will check in on you later. Enjoy making your vehicles beautiful. And really, I think I'm at 1,300 subscribers. Always always like a few more. It all helps the algorithms, and I use YouTube for marketing to get clients. So I'll tell you about that sometime. Thanks. Until next time. Peace out. Did the clicker die? Maybe the clicker died. Shouldn't have. It's brand new. I'm gonna try one more thing. It's the Android. Blue light is on. Sorry about that. I'm not gonna be editing this out because editing sucks. Oh, shit, the clicker went on. I was just trying to pull the top off of my Odo band. I've been busted.